touch my body, let me rub my thighs all around your way. Just a little day, touch my.
What did they say? Depending on the popularity, you get season 2.
I guess so. Yeah.
I want it to be like season 2, but complete change of tone where everyone's like murdering each other. It's like a survival. It's like battle royale.
I thought that was season 1, wasn't it? Only me.
Look. One of the things that you often talk about is how you had trouble with your character being Carson, but you're real.
Filming?
We are. Wait, try and sit up,
I saw him click. I was like,
I thought he was stopping it because it was like recording from earlier.
no,
that was already
It's
something.
just sneaky. No, it was just hard to trust, because you feel vulnerable if you're not wearing makeup. And they would tell me not to wash my hair. They would tell me if I came with washed hair, they would put grease in it, like wax. It was just nerve-wracking. Like, do I still look okay?
She looked fine.
Okay, here's the thing though.
When I did that podcast, I hadn't seen it like real episode, so I didn't know. I was still in the dark about like how it came out.
Yeah, because literally the title was literally, what is it like to play an ugly character? And everyone in the comments was like, this bitch was not ugly.
What did you
Also,
say?
like what I meant was like normally in Korean dramas, even when the girl's poor, even when she ain't got no
perfect hair,
parents, she's got like perfect
K-drama trope. Exactly.
hair,
Yeah.
makeup. So I felt very like, am I the only one sticking to like real reality?
I was pretty real as well.
Yeah, and our show.
That haircut though.
That bowl
it was
cut,
real.
It was serving like a
thing.
lot of big dick energy.
I've been getting messages like asking if that was real. Is that your real hair? Or is it
Because it was so thick, it looked like a wig.
And like he like went viral on Twitter because like somebody found like another,
Normal.
I guess a better looking picture of him, and they're like, this is Hans.
I love that. While I was watching it, I was like, I literally hope that they give you one of those, like, take the glasses off and you suddenly... Because, like, the whole time you have, like, but the stains look terrible. They were so... You could tell someone took their finger...
Yeah, for sure.
Fake. They would take real food
그치,
and
근데 그냥
smear it on my
그냥
clothes.
핑거를 그냥 이렇게 하는 것 같아. But then, of course, when you went... Spoiler alert, go watch it. When you went to go visit your significant other, I was like, please tell me they're gonna give her a makeover just for this one scene. 알고 보니 she gave her like the
I always thought it was weird that nobody said anything. Like none of my friends like comment that I suddenly like.
I know, right? That's one thing. They were just like, oh, another day. Yeah.
Nobody cared. It's funny because the episode that we're going on, the sogeting, I like turned to Sewon and I'm like, oh, you like actually gave some effort into your looks today.
And then here you are serving a look.
And
you're like,
she looks the same.
I know. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Avila.
Hello again.
I want you guys to 인사해 in Korean.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Over here. Yeah, I did that. I put you right on the spot, honey.
You thought he was gonna say
You thought you were gonna last. No.
네 여러분 안녕하세요. 저는 넷플릭스 시리즈 지구망에서 테리스 역할을 맡은 테리스 브라운입니다.
Oh, she gave us the full 연습했지.
아니?
He does it for every.
But like I always say my name as 브라운.
테리스 브라운입니다.
브라운?
You never do the thing where it's like perfect Korean, then comes to Terris Brown.
You should
I
switch it
love
up
that
sometimes.
aesthetic.
But like if I say it weirdly, people are always like calling me the wrong name. I can't tell you the amount of times people, like Korean people, will come up to me. So Brown. What? And I'm like, I'm trying to like.
For me, it's hard to say iced americano, so I'll just be iced americano 한 잔 주세요. But like they suddenly don't understand iced americano.
What?
Right? It's like it's so simple.
Americano.
Iced americano.
Get it.
I get it.
아이스 아메리카노.
아이스 아메리카노.
아, 호랑이도 제 말 하면 없네.
네네네.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're not skipping me now?
Honey, everyone gets a turn.
Yes.
It's like when you're in kindergarten or first grade and they make everyone stand up and introduce themselves to the class. I don't know if they do that at your school, but 미국에서는 그거 했잖아. Like
Right.
you say your name and you have to say like before your first name, like adjective that has a similar first name so people remember who you are. Oh, I'm Ecstatic Edward. And the next person has to be like, oh, hi Ecstatic Edward. I'm asshole Amy.
The name
game. Yeah.
I'm terrific Terris.
We did that at university in Sweden.
I wouldn't brag about that.
I would be proud of that.
네, 안녕하세요. 스웨덴에서 온 김의 김씨 요아킴이라고 하는데요. 저는 지구망에서 한스 역할을 맡았습니다. 네.
I could literally just see Hans just doing that. It's just
He's just like,
yeah, I literally just see you as Hans.
안녕하세요. 저는 미국에서 온 배우 카슨입니다. 넷플릭스 시리즈 지구망에서 카슨 역할 맡은 네, 카슨 알른입니다.
Oh my god. Hey, I'm Edward. So if you didn't already know, there might be spoilers for the Netflix show, so not worth it. I always have trouble saying the Korean version.
It's long.
we like 줄여 it's 지구망.
지구망. Okay, 좋아. 지구망.
Ain't nobody got time to say the whole.
What is the full title for?
내일 지구가
망해버렸으면
망해버렸으면
좋겠어.
좋겠어.
Wait, literally, what does that mean?
Like
Like-
if the world.
I hope that the world
Ended
just like
tomorrow.
gets f***ed tomorrow.
I think it's just like them trying to say like you should live in
the
today,
moment.
live in the moment. You never know what's gonna happen, so like forget all the stress of life and just.
Because I feel in Korea that you're always preparing for the future. So I think the title is to like
Yeah.
stop preparing for the future and just
The
live
world
now.
may end tomorrow, so
Yeah.
don't care about it.
Yeah, so make a rap video at your school where everyone's dancing in unison.
That was hard to learn though. I had a hard
really?
time. Yeah.
Okay, I need to talk about it.
Okay, okay.
I love how your show is literally, I mean, it's a
Okay.
sitcom, right?
Yeah.
Work of fiction. But it completely portrays an international dorm incorrectly in that everyone speaks good Korean. You know damn well 90% of those foreigners do not speak Korean. 근데 진짜 한국 사람처럼 what was that word you kept saying? The 아줌마처럼 And even like all the other Wayans are all speaking to each other. The one thing I wanted to ask you guys
Yeah.
as soon as we did this video, even if it's literally just a scene with you three,
Yeah.
everyone is still speaking Korean.
Yeah.
There's literally no scenes where they speak English. Even the characters that are technically from Australia or America,
Oh yeah, like Jamie,
Yeah.
me, and Sam.
Jamie,
we
Sam.
I think he
technically
has
could talk to each other.
three lines in English, and they were very like, yes.
Oh yeah, Jamie.
Well, I usually always speak to Korean with my other friends. It's only now that I'm suffering in English.
Suffering when he speaks perfect English. Bye.
Well, I have a French friend and we always only speak in Korean as well.
I have a lot of Russian friends that we only communicate in Korean.
Yeah. He used to speak perfect English, but I feel like 80% of the time he's speaking Korean to you.
Because it's faster.
It's
There's
faster.
something- Yeah.
뭔가 there's a lot of things that you can't 표현 in English
Yeah.
Right.
that you can in Korean, right? Carson and I go back. I met you because my sister went to school back in the army base.
Yeah.
Seoul High School.
I still remember like it was yesterday. We had biology and PE together, and I remember she was like, "Hey, my brother's coming for either winter vacation or summer vacation." And because you were in university or college at the time, you didn't have any friends in Korea because you're just visiting your family.
call them out
And
like
so she
that?
was
Yeah. Still don't have friends.
Like with the military, the way
Yeah.
the military family works, like they moved without him, and so then he was visiting Korea from college or whatever, and she was like, "Would you be his friend?"
Do you want to be my
That bitch, that's not, how
brother?
she, that's not what she told me. Oh my god, do you remember when we made that podcast thing? No, it was like a live TV show on Africa
It was
TV.
live, but we kind of did it like a podcast. We were
Did you?
we were ahead of the times.
We literally, like,
Before
Mama,
podcasts were a thing, we were doing our own podcast, and it was live.
we prepared. It was called what was it? Honey Jam.
Honey Jam.
The Goo Jam.
Jam?
So good jam,
Good
but
jam. Oh, honey jam. Oh, that's pretty
Honey
clever.
jamming.
That's clever.
Honey Jamming.
Yeah, because
She's
it was,
like,
we were playing music for the listeners.
yes, like 20 people watched it.
Yes.
Because nobody hopped on the Africa TV train.
Yeah.
Internationally.
Yeah.
Right, and now here you are on Netflix
And here you are, just such a
doing the same shit. Literally the same. How'd you guys end up in Korea?
So before I got into university, I didn't really know much about Korea. We didn't learn much about it in school.
Hey.
In my dorm building on the 9th floor, there was a lot of Korean international students.
Yeah.
And I used to go up there and help them like with their English homework and stuff like that. And they would always cook Korean food and give it to me or watch Korean dramas. And like slowly I just became interested. I was like, what are they watching? Like, what is this? It was just different from everything I had known up until the time. So I was like, this is interesting. And then like, of course they spoke some English, but then they would speak to each other in Korean. So I'm like, they're talking shit about me. They're talking shit about
Like
It
me,
wasn't
whatever,
that.
yeah.
But I was like, I wanted to not have that break in communication. So I decided to take like Korean 101.
Okay.
I took the class and I liked it, and then I ended up watching some dramas, and then the next year I came to Korea for the first time as an exchange student. And I don't know, I just fell in love. I made a lot of friends. Maybe it was because I was just like away from America for like the first time, and just, I don't know, it was just everything was exciting. I picked up the language pretty fast. I loved the food. I learned enough of the language in a year. So when I came back, I was like, I need to go back. So I graduated, came back, and then I've basically been here ever since.
See, I feel like with Korea, when people come, they either hate it and want to go back to where they live, or they want to like stay here forever.
Yeah.
And you got the people coming every 3 months, hopping to Japan, coming back.
Trying to
Visa
make
runs.
it. Still trying to make
Honey,
it.
Visa runs.
honey. Yeah,
Or
true.
maybe we could have met eventually through, because I do have,
Megan,
like,
maybe.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
other YouTube friends.
Yeah, we have Megan Bowen.
Yeah.
Mutual
But
fan.
I still remember when we were first hanging out, you were like barely like YouTubing, and you were like,
Yeah, it was a side hustle.
yeah. We
Yeah.
went to go eat gopchang and like
Yeah.
go to this like thrift shop
Yeah.
or whatever, and you're like, yeah, I brought my camera. I may vlog.
She's calling me out. Hey, I asked to be called out on my own show.
Well, I started watching Korean variety shows in secondary school in Sweden. Hemliga Totta. Pettot. Yeah.
Huge increase.
Yeah, and they go to the Korean countryside and they eat Korean food and like take care of nungsa and stuff. So I saw that and I was like, I want to visit that country. It looks awesome. Everyone eating together and having a lot of fun. So I visited Korea and it was a lot of fun. I got a serious Korean food addiction.
What was the first thing that you fell in love with?
It was haejanguk. That was my first true love. Yeah.
Haejanguk?
These two are ajishis. So
Ironic, because you're the ajumma.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
But in terms of food taste, they're like the...
anytime we were filming together and we needed to like eat, but we weren't on set, they just wanted to have the ajishi.
Koopbap, yeah.
Koopbap. They just wanted the
And
sundae
Carson ate it
koopbap.
along with us.
She's alright, I guess.
Like before I knew it, this ajushi sound came out of me. I was eating the sundae and it was like... and then just a soju. Yeah. So yeah, I came here to learn the language and I've been stuck here since, yeah.
None of you, this isn't like your first like project, right? You've done
Yeah.
stuff before. How'd you guys get into working in the industry?
The industry.
Watch it be some like crazy story where like, yeah, I was kidnapped and
How did you know?
we learn new things every day on this channel.
When I was in graduate school, I had to do an internship as part of my program, and I worked at Talk to Me in Korean.
That's how I learned Korean. I love that.
So if you search in their old videos, I mean some of them,
What,
but
like a skits?
yeah.
I'm dead, bitch. Okay.
So I worked there. I worked there
Feels
for
like I
like
probably consumed that.
yeah.
I worked there for a year, and like because we were taking videos, sort of like lit this fire in me. I like being on video, and I think right after I ended my year, I had to go back and do my last semester of graduate school. And when I was in my last semester, there was like this Korean speaking contest. I went out.
Oh, he always has to brag about this.
He asked how it happened. This is part of the
She
story.
said he asked me the questions. I'm gonna answer it.
I'm just telling the story how it happened. So I won. I did.
Oh, he won.
But because I won, you know, they write like I guess newspapers and stuff, and then some radio show.
I guess.
You can leave. Some radio show contacted me, and then I ended up going on that radio show. And I guess from that one appearance, like other places started calling me, and I just kept doing it. And eventually, it led to bigger things, and then Netflix. In a short summary, I guess.
When did you start that?
I want to say the radio show back in like 2014.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't like really start doing much work until like 2017, 16-ish.
Being on camera and stuff.
Yeah, like doing different variety shows
Yeah.
and like stuff like that.
Me?
I just realized you have a tongue piercing.
I do, yeah.
It's so funny. Like we said, he went viral on Twitter because he's got like tattoos and
Yeah,
piercings.
he's like hot.
Everyone's
When we went to go watch that movie
confused.
together, I was like, 안녕하세요.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I get that often. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh.
When I came here as an exchange student, there was this World Cup going on, football. And Sweden, Korea, Mexico and Germany was in the same league. So I got this interview sobe from a newspaper to just do an interview about football. And I did it. I was on the camera and the inner kwanjong in me just came to life.
Inner Kwanjong is now all of us.
Because I wanted to be a clown when I was younger. I went to circus school and everything.
Really?
Yeah, learning to juggle,
Cool, so-
riding a unicycle and everything.
Juggling.
But I
How
gave
many?
up that dream for engineering, and then it woke up my inner
His
clown.
sleeping clown.
Sleeping
Yeah.
inner clown.
Yeah, my inner clown decided working in entertainment should be a thing, and I've
So you
been at
decided to
it
play
ever
clown on
since.
Netflix.
Yes.
잘했어, 잘했어. Nice. Do you ever think about wanting to like, start this LA, 막 그런 거
circus life?
Yeah.
I do not know.
Buried it a long time ago.
Yeah, no.
So after that opportunity came in, then more work started coming in for you.
Yeah, like I did some traveling shows. Oh, a lot of traveling shows. I did MBC 생방송 오늘 저녁. So I met a lot of 자연인, like people living alone in the mountains. So they even called me like 어르신 idol, or like because I met so many
Because
I
he
met
was so like popular with like
Older
people.
Mood.
He was their
The
idol.
only people that tell me I'm good looking are like 아지들. 아이고 너 무슨 약간 pop idol? I'm like, girl, I look like a fucking like 망한 idol. Like no budget, no comebacks.
yeah, so I did a lot of those shows, and I had a lot of fun experiences eating bugs and stuff.
I'm curious, you guys. I'm sure you guys have over your careers. You guys have done a lot of those. Like they'll put you on the show because they want like that kind of 외국인 like 반응.
Oh yes.
Right. Do you,
Please eat this kimchi. Tell me how good it is.
I've been scarred too many times.
They're like, but like,
Terris.
how delicious is it? I'm like,
And-
it's good. No, but like, show it.
Like one time I had to do the show and I didn't know what I was agreeing to. They basically turned me into my strange addiction, but with kimchi. So
Oh,
they
no.
had me go to a restaurant and ask just for kimchi. And I had to like
That's normal.
rip the kimchi with my hands. They wanted me to like, that's the proper way. And then they went to my house. So they brought these like giant, like 6 containers of all different kinds of kimchi, emptied my fridge to put that in. And they had me open and be like, all she eats is kimchi.
I feel like I was here.
I feel like I told you because I was so like, what if?
Yeah, I think I was in that house that's where we
Yes.
started. I remember. Find the evidence, y'all. Y'all need to.
When you find out like someone like the reality TV are actors in the States, I felt like that was me, you know?
When they like make the drama.
Yeah.
That was like the longest intro I've ever heard. Part 2 hit. They go ahead. Yeah.
We have a game. I'm excited.
Oh, honey. Do you know what we're doing?
No.
Yeah, because we're all Wayugan, right? I want to know like the most like
slang, right.
rotted slang.
Yeah.
What I'm imagining is like those American news broadcasting channels with like 너무 오버하게 하잖아, 약간.
Yeah.
The children these days and the way they text, like.
They call it souping. Teenagers are drinking expired soup cans to get high.
So we're gonna do that, but I want to talk about what was the acronym?
Jigumang.
Jigumang.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk
Jigumang.
Jigumang.
I want to know your opinion.
Okay, let's talk about Avila. I've watched the whole series in
Okay.
like 2 seasons. I stopped just to sleep. Won't watch it again.
Okay.
Honest opinions?
Yes.
Yes.
I legit felt like you 3 carried the whole show. And that's just why I'm not like, because I'm not like a K-drama connoisseur.
Okay.
Like I'll watch a K-drama once every 5 years because
Oh,
it takes
yeah.
up like my time, right?
And once you get invested, then you're like, you have
You literally, you will not see me
Yeah.
like I'll like 5 days later. I'm like Cain 생각. If you had taken out the just the poor girl, rich guy story out of there, and like the 2 characters that hate each other but end up falling in love. If you take that out, I feel like you 3, your characters develop the most throughout the whole series, and that's what I find more interesting. Your character, honey. Your character.
I don't think I developed the.
You know what? The only development there was.
But people start to like you towards the
Yeah.
end. I think that's like the more development.
I hated him. I literally hated Hans so much. Yeah, 귀엽긴 했는데 he was adorable. And at first I was like, oh, he's so cute. But then the more he opened his mouth, the more I wanted to like. The thing is, I feel like it's a little bit different because I'm a Wayugan as well, living in Korea. So the experience, the watching is kind of because as I'm watching, the thing I could think of
He's
was
a parody of a foreigner in Korea.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And as I'm watching, I'm like, I feel like a Korean watching this would find like some of the nuance kind of like strange, but because I'm like not relatable. Like oh my god, when you got cult the cult, I was like me coming to Korea. They're like so nice to me. They just want to hang out. Nope, they want my money. Your character.
I love how I'm getting like so much feedback, but you're not saying
I
it.
know.
But I get it.
말하지 않아도 알아요.
Again, like I already said in the beginning, spoilers, but like your character development at the end, face crack of the century.
Bam.
Your actions,
Unforgivable.
unforgivable, but that last bit I was like,
Okay.
Mama, you better work. You better Work, bitch.
Even while I was filming it, like I knew like my character was like standoffish and like does some messed up things to a close friend of his.
Yeah.
Like you said, towards the end he has this change, but then it's like suddenly over.
Yeah.
So, like, I've gotten a lot of messages
I will
like,
say about
what happened?
The drama did feel like they get cut off. I feel like there's so much that you could have done more after that. But I guess it leaves it to first at season
True.
2, I guess.
Yeah, I think that was the point.
Yeah.
Is to make people go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, ew.
Yeah. Because that was me. I was like,
The end.
because if you go to Netflix, the last 2 parts is like the trailer and whatever. It was like more content. No, it's just the trailer. I don't know if you look at the like comments or whatever, but I was looking on Reddit. And everyone was like, Carson was my favorite character.
Oh, yeah. Carson is definitely fan favorite.
So I mean, I kind of heard that, but I just assumed like, everybody likes somebody or whatever. But then I read it like Korea Boo, the website. They wrote an article about me, and they were like, Carson, the fan favorite, and I was like.
맞아. All the comments were like, she had like the most character development.
Yeah, and I tell people like, okay, I think just my character was written really well.
Yeah. And I think you played it really well.
Every time he takes a break, I'm just like, I get so excited.
Yeah. My biggest worry going into a drama is like, what are they going to do to change the formula? Because there's a formula, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like all the characters literally broke every trope. Your character was disgusting.
Yeah.
That scene of you whipping your hair back and forth.
Oh, gross.
I could smell it myself.
I could smell it in the hyunjang as well. It wasn't nice.
Yeah, I mean, I would get in trouble if I came to set and they were like, "Did you wash your hair? Did you?"
How dare you?
You had to smell bad.
No, I mean my hair.
no.
Yeah. I mean, they
Joking.
didn't want me to wash my hair
Oh, your
because
hair. I see.
of continuity.
Oh, yeah.
So in the same day, my hair looked really nasty, and then I showed up on set for the same day but a different, day.
Yeah.
They would get mad.
Me, on the other hand, they had to tell me to shower.
You had to be like super clean cut for your hair.
Yeah, no, I would come smelling and they're like, how's the shower?
This is just his jokes. Just like,
Sometimes it's hard to tell when he's joking. End scene.
I think
What
I
was
look
your
pretty.
favorite part about it? Or just like in general, like I really liked this aspect.
I found myself laughing the most at the one thing I will say, because I watched it with Chamak with English subtitles. Only 정도, you have to learn Korean a little bit because they kind of like miss some of the jokes with like the way it's
Yeah.
translated. The word you always say,
Yam.
like dang nabbit or whatever.
Dang nabbit, yeah.
Is that literally what it means though?
Because it's supposed to be, it's like the really old, like, it's a dang nabbit. That's kind of what they're going for. It's like old people, like your grandpa's like, dang nabbit.
That makes sense.
You know?
Do people say that?
I mean,
Oh, maybe my grandma.
old people.
I found that you spoke Korean real, all of you. Because a lot of times when you have a long line, the thing that pops to my head is, if I was doing this scene, I'd this shit up real quick. Especially like when your characters get angry and you have long ass lines.
Yeah.
Those were especially hard. Like,
Did you have a lot of takes?
especially takes. It's just like I think we're all not used to yelling in Korean.
Yeah,
'cause, like,
right.
we're foreigners,
Yeah.
We're
We're
always
trying to
trying to be
be
nice.
peaceful living in this country, so we just don't have that much
awkward.
experience like yelling and
Getting
cursing
angry.
at somebody. So like
Yeah.
I remember when I was fighting with Hyunmin about the girlfriend situation, like it was just so hard to like yell at his face. I wanted to like say sorry the whole time. It was just a new experience.
After the scene is you're done, you got the shot. You like would say sorry.
No, but
No.
no, because he was yelling at me back. So.
Oh, but I remember. Maybe it's not. I'm sorry.
Money. Spill the tea, honey.
Never mind.
Never mind.
We'll tell you after.
So we get the cut version on YouTube and on my Patreon. On my OnlyFans.
OnlyFans?
He was
OnlyFans.
interested.
Okay, both of you guys don't know when the other is joking.
Is there anything that you guys wish maybe you filmed the scene differently or that you did better on?
Yeah.
They're like,
Everything.
well, let's redo the whole thing.
Everything, yeah.
Really?
I want to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Because when you watch yourself, all I can see is like, why did God.
Like, is it the way that you
I
deliver
think
certain
we were
lines?
all reserved. We were
Yeah.
all playing it safe, and none of us took like that extra risk of like doing something more or like asking to add something or like.
Did you feel that way while you're filming? Like, I think I could take this a little bit farther, or did you not
I mean, I
realize
think we
until?
were
Afraid of-
conditioned, like, okay, this is our first like main role. Again,
didn't
you
wanna
always
be-
have that like thought in the back of your head, like I'm a foreigner, I don't want to like overstep any boundary. So I think we were afraid to like say like, oh, I think it would be cool if I did this. I think we were just yeah, like she said, like reserved a little bit.
Did you get to talk with the director about certain things?
We did.
Yeah.
But we never felt confident enough
To be like, oh, can I do this again this way?
Yeah.
It'll be other things.
Yeah, and also like in the beginning, because sitcoms are really a lot more complicated than you think, because everything is ridiculous. You have to exaggerate your character, but if you do it too over the top, then you're cringy.
Yeah.
And so it's that like fine line
Line.
of like being over the top because
Yeah.
it's a sitcom, but not being cringy. And I think I was always afraid of like being cringy and doing too much, and so I always played it safe. But then watching it on TV, I was like, oh, I could have done more,
Way
and it
more,
wouldn't
right.
have been
Yeah.
ovure, you know?
Also, one thing is, when you said that it was a sitcom, the first thing I thought was like American sitcoms, like in front of a live studio audience, with a, you know, it's more of like a live thing. I saw you talk about on the podcast where it's filmed more like a drama, where you cut, you know.
Oh my god, yeah.
So it's like you don't know what's gonna be like until you see the final,
Yeah.
right? So you can't like, it's not like a live thing where you can kind of like work off, because don't you have like
See how they
different angles,
react,
right?
yeah.
But on a regular sitcom, it's all kind of live, so you get the energy back and forth. Like on your thing, you like, all right, action, and then you like say your line, but it's kind of like, and also you don't film it in order, right?
Yeah.
No,
It's not in order.
Yeah, with it being like a drama, simple scenes would still take like, if there was like multiple characters in the scene, it could take like 3 hours.
Oh my god.
You know, because they are doing everybody's close up, everybody's
Yeah,
past,
yeah.
everybody's, because they filmed it like a legit drama.
Yeah.
But technically, I mean, it's a sitcom, and what we were filming wasn't complicated, so it's kind of like, I think it would have been better if it was less high quality and more just kind of like the Office. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
I think
That's what I thought it was gonna be.
I think it could have been
Yeah.
more relatable and funny if it
Yeah.
had not been so. But it's Netflix, so they wanted to go big
Right.
and you know.
I thought it was
high
so
quality.
funny if it had been that kind of the Office vibe, where
Yeah.
it's like a camera, like, you know, someone around. Right,
I
like,
love The
right.
Office. Personally, I don't know.
How could I have made my character worse? I literally wanted your character reminded me of those Greenpeace people at the university in California, because I used to live in California, and even at the mall there'd be people like Greenpeace people. Hey guys, can you sign this petition? I was like, ew.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Which means you played your character well.
Yeah, I hope
I
so.
know.
yeah.
Whenever people are like, God, I can't stand Hans. I'm like,
that means
You did
you
your job.
I'm
succeeded.
like, yes. I'm like, yo, you did it. You succeeded. If they hate you, you completely succeeded.
It was like this weird like back and forth, because I'm like sexually attracted to him, but like I hated his character. What's the bowl cut for me?
It's sexual, yeah.
The bowl cut.
Yeah. No, I don't know what I would have been. I just want to do it again because I know I can do it better.
Now you have the experience. You feel like yeah.
I think that's the main part. There's no like one specific thing. It's just
Yeah, and I think typically with sitcoms, you'll notice like season 3, 4, 5 are the golden. Because in the beginning we had no idea what it was gonna look like, how it was gonna come out. So now that we've seen it, we're like, oh, it's this type of style. It looks like this. Okay, I know how to do it now. But we were kind of filming blind, not knowing exactly what it was going to look like. By the time we got the hang of it, it was done.
yeah.
Oh.
Because it was also very short, only 12 episodes.
So we need a season 2 to
Send
show
us
you
a lot of
what we
love,
made.
please, so we can show you a better season 2.
Short in terms of like a series, but like I mean I'm not like an actor, so I've never been on set, but I can only imagine you just said 3 hours for one simple scene.
Yeah.
And an episode's 35 minutes long.
Yeah.
Honey.
It's what you're imagining.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're imagining.
And I feel like with it being 4K and shit, it literally says Ultra HD 4K. When your makeup's cracking, honey, they can clock that shit. Me with like my fucking like crow's feet over here, honey.
Nothing is hidden.
And nothing is hidden, honey.
If we do end up doing another season, I definitely think I would take more risks at certain places.
Is there a certain scene that you completely regret? You're like, I literally want to redo that one right now.
Oh God, so many
So
of them.
The first thing
definitely
you
the
think of.
first scene that I come out. That was the first day we were filming. I just think
so
it was
that's-
like
okay.
the most awkward anyway. Maybe also the very last scene. It was like a little weird because like I'm on the phone with Sam.
Looking out the window, right? Talking.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, I just felt awkward at the time because I
Really?
was like not really talking to him. And I'm like hearing like somebody say a recording of what he was saying, like, and trying to match the timing so that like when they edited it, it would come together. So it was just like, a little awkward to film for me. So maybe first and last scene I want to say.
Your scene when you two walk into the cafe, there's a song that started playing. I was like, honey, drop the credit. Wasn't in the credits. I literally went on my computer, Netflix.com, so not worth it. Episode 12, Shazam.
to find the
to find the song. Found it. Read it. Someone 27 days earlier was like, "What's the song playing in episode 12?"
I did see that comment.
I replied.
Really?
I replied.
Funny story about that like scene.
First, it was my idea.
The glasses.
The glasses.
Thing.
They asked us if we had any like
Cute
cute
way
ideas
to, like,
for them to be like cute, and I was like, well, he wears glasses. It would be so cute if he was like,
Oh my god.
But there was a problem because like when I walked in, the fog would like evaporate too quickly, and they couldn't like catch it on camera. So like I had to like stand outside and like while they were like getting ready, and they're like, keep going, and then they were like, start. It was like so ridiculous.
You'd think they'd have like movie magic shit for that, right?
Right.
Like fake cigarettes
We
and
tried
shit.
a lot of things. Like they put it in like the freezer for like 5 minutes before we started, but
Sorry, it's like
it
frost.
just the best way was like me blowing on it.
I almost for a second would have thought it was like CG or something.
No, it was real. Unless they added it and I didn't.
If you did a season 2, where would you see your characters?
I would love to see my character have to do like an internship or like work in like a Korean office because of her personality and how she like is she likes to be in control and in demand and stuff. So for her to be like shit, you know, by like her up people, you know, and for her to not be able to just yell and scream around the office, you know, I think that would be a fun thing to see her go through.
Yeah. I saw a comment on that Dive Studio podcast where a girl was saying a lot of people didn't catch it, but your character's actually an architect major.
Yeah.
Yeah, in like our intro thingy where it was like our picture and we had like the hashtags, it said it there, but it's so like
It's very quick.
It's very quick.
Right.
It says all of our majors,
Yeah.
But
you
it's
know.
not really like relevant that much in season
Right.
1. So.
Yeah, but it does kind of have to do with why I don't get enough sleep.
Exactly. That's what she said. She said, I'm also an
Yeah.
architect major, and if y'all knew how little sleep you get, that explains why you
I'm
don't.
always sleeping on the couch.
Exactly, right.
And a couple of the scenes, my blanket is like a blueprint of like buildings.
Yeah, 맞아.
Yeah.
Right, so I was thinking like that was your character because you little sleep project all the time,
Yeah.
right? But if you're in the season 2, if you were like working at a company,
I still think I wouldn't get any sleep if
맞아.
I'm working at a Korean company.
맞아.
I remember mentioning it as a joke one time.
That your
Hans would
character's
get
killed
a-
off. Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry?
Your character's killed off.
Now I wonder, like, when he was watching this shower scene when he like runs out looking for a shampoo, was he just like,
You know what? Pause.
Now I would like Hans to have like a twin or meet someone that's exactly the
Exactly
same
like
as him
him.
and see how he would cope.
realize how
That's a
annoying he
good
is?
idea. Yeah.
Because that would maybe spark some character development.
Yeah, right. Looking
This
into
is
a
how I
mirror.
am. Yeah.
The monster that you are.
You really hate Hans, dude.
It's again love-hate thing.
But I
I
mean,
hate his personality, but I'm rotted. I was like literally like hands and knees. Hands and knees. I'm
that's
just
destroying me. I guess I want my character to, I guess, see where that potential relationship
it
goes.
ended on such a terrible, not terrible, like, just like cut.
I know, no offense, like everybody else that had their kiss scenes, great or whatever, but I wanted him to have a kiss scene. That's what I was saying. Like, I loved everybody else's kiss scenes, but I was mad that they didn't give Terris a kiss scene.
Well, maybe
Are you
it's
gonna watch
season
it?
Oh yeah, just the first and second episode.
They're gonna watch the rest.
Yeah.
I was gonna spoil it for you
We've
because
spoiled the whole show.
is that they didn't make it like this big thing.
Yeah.
It was very 자연스러워. That's what I love about all your two characters is that the character once it didn't become like a weird like we're trying to be progressive like I guess because it's Netflix I guess.
But we had a lot of input. They
Yeah.
asked us a lot, like of I guess
What do we think? 'Cause, like,
suggestions.
Yeah, we wanted to make it like as natural as possible, but then we had to also show that
Yeah.
something was happening.
Yeah.
So we did think about it a lot.
I remember that scene where you like. I cried.
And I
It
think
was so nice.
My little ad. 제식.
맞아, 그때 눈물 났어.
That was so perfect.
지금도 울렁거리는 것 같은데.
지금 눈물 날것 같아, 진짜. I'm like the coldest bitch ever. But when that shit comes up on screen, I'm like, okay.
But yeah, so if we did do like more, I want him to like figure that out, and like I'm sure it's not gonna like automatically boom
Yeah.
start right away, but I want that to happen, and I want his personality in general to like soften a bit, like not be so mean or standoffish to his friends. And I think being in a relationship like that might help that.
I can see for your character, like, 만약에 maybe there was like a trauma or something. Maybe that's why I figured it ended up like that.
Maybe they will bring
So
out my past story.
Right, and we
Yeah.
develop on that or something.
Yeah, I could see Terris is always like putting up this like I gotta like fight everybody because he's insecure about how he really feels.
I just want to express myself.
So not worth it. Available on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have anything else to say?
Oh no, I mean, if any
Watch
of you
it.
haven't seen it, please make sure you watch it, and please,
Put that message to good use.
share it everywhere, write
Yes.
comments, share the love. So hopefully we can do more.
Yeah, the reaction's gotta be good for Netflix to care.
Hit up Netflix Korea's page. We want more Terris. Tell them.
Spam.
Twitter, do your thing. Or whatever
We
they say.
trust you.
Okay. All right. I'll put a link down below for the show.
Thank you.
Bye.